Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy SCGRANT here, and we are back with another, one of those videos. Truth be told, I never thought I would get around to finally doing this, but we're doing a sequel to pretty much my experience with watching the Amazing Digital Circus that was made by Glitch Productions along with its original author, Gooseworks. So, without further ado, I've already pretty much tackled the first two episodes in the previous video back in 2024, but it's time to tackle episodes 3 and 4. So let's start up with the third episode, which is called The Mystery of Mildenhall Manor. I don't know how to pronounce Mildenhall Manor. Yeah, it's supposed to be like the Halloween-based episode, as it was already teased. I actually touched on it, like mentioned it back in a previous video. Don't know which one, but I bet you if you go check out my channel, you can go find when I mentioned it. But yeah, this was the third episode that was released 5 months after the second episode. And to me personally, what I thought about the episode was that Kinger is king, and you cannot change my mind, because the guy essentially, like, this was his episode, but it was also Gangle, I think. Yeah, Zubal's episode. Yeah, it was actually a Kinger and Zubal episode, even though Omni, Jazz, Ragatha, and Gangle were all in it, and Kane were all in it. But the fact is that the episode was themed around pretty much Kinger and Zubal's backstories. So this is more of a two plots in one. So without further ado, let's give you how I thought about it. Was that it was definitely pretty much a great episode. It was definitely a step up from episode 2, and it felt as though that I did not expect it. That a lot just went down in episode. Like, we know that it was so smart. It all started with everybody knowing about their if everybody holds their breath, there are certain things like, ragged hair, or Kinger basically having to glow in the dark for some reason. Pomni pretty much changes colors. Her head changes colors every time she holds her breath, and many other things. So the fact of the matter is that this episode actually had two plots, an A plot and a B plot. The A plot is what goes on at the manor, and B plot was centered around Zubal's phobia of how she looks and all that, and pretty much, and the fact that she even went and questioned Kane about the fact that no one really liked his adventures. No one really. And she really pointed out all the flaws with everybody else. Like, Jax wanted to basically cause chaos. Ragatha is refused to say no. Gangle's Gangled, and Pomni, she's just too traumatized about the whole deal, man. She's not gonna forget. It would come to the point that even Kane, like, she even questioned Kane so much to the point that he even started to extract, like, was on the verge to extract him. Like, I never thought that the guy who pulled them all into this, quote, amazing digital circus were starting to, quote, glitch out, or how I say, extract, to the point that she had to pull him back. Like, hold up, man, because anything happens, it all, and dead. So that's pretty much the short side. The long side of it is what's going on at the manor. The fact of the matter is that while it's fact that Pomni and Kinger got separated from the others, like, obviously, because Jax is Jax, which you expected, because having the last episode, Jax got played off because they thought they were just for some chaos. No, you're not, and you're not getting it here either, Jax. But the fact of the matter is that Kinger himself, it's known that if he goes in the bright, but if you have like something over his head and bucket, like a bucket back in the last episode, like something in the dark, he basically has same, but we know he's crazy, but when he's in dark places, he's no longer crazy. He basically revealed that he just went down to earth with Tommy, but the fact that she was panicking, bro. She's like, why am I here? I'm like, I should not even be here, but Kinger calmed her down and told him, like, he even revealed that, well, he used to be a programmer on the game. And what's more was the fact we got even more insight to him on the fact is that, because we even got some more, those audio logs about who basically was the matter, and the fact there was even a ghost lady that was the guy's wife. And the worst part is that it's how so much has happened in this episode. It even involved a shotgun. Like, Kinger was king by grabbing a shotgun and blowing some goddamn demonic head, and that demonic head was still down. Like, there were pieces everywhere, like by body parts. No, this episode was too crazy. But I wish I could have more to say, but I could say just, I don't highly recommend watching this episode for yourself. Just go watch it, man. But on to the next episode is the Fast Food Masquerade. Now, this one's more recent. This was when I was on my winter break, and the fact I stopped. I took some time away from making videos for pretty much the majority of winter. So yeah, the Fast Food Masquerade picks up right where the last episode left off, and literally everyone's like, okay, we're done with the spookies. Now we need to do something like, okay. Kane's like, okay, time for next adventure. But Gil was like, hold up. Have you ever like checked the suggestion box? I'm like, wait, the suggestion box? This whole time. So yeah, like Kane always plays out some random shit, but Zubul basically said, suggestion box now. And turns out everybody decided, it's like, okay, we done that one, like something that doesn't involve putting us all in trauma, putting us all in danger or something. So decided, okay, why not fast food? So let's go to a discount McDonald's for this one. I'm not kidding, it's literally on the advertising of this episode was literally discount McDonald's, and I'm just laughing. The fact of the matter is that once again, Jax gets worse again as usual, but this time, Gangle is the main star of this episode, because we found out she was at one point in her real life that was pretty much a work manager. So the fact is that we knew a lot about Gangle and her fascination with drawing, mangas and all that. But the fact of the matter is that, yeah, the odd thing about it was her mask, because Jax again, as usual, ends up to shenanigans. This time actually break his mask, so Zubul gave Gangle a mask that's pretty much, what you expect to try to lift their spirits up and basically take on pretty much the adventure for the first time. And to me personally, as I kept watching it, it just gets even crazier and crazier. I'm like, everybody was just taming this episode, and like Jax for the first time was not being a jerk, and basically was just done with Kane's nonsense, bro. To the point that he even went up to Palm and like, hey, how's your day? I'm like, fine. Like, it's just crazy that usually Jax be the one who be picking on Palmy this time, but now he was not having it this episode, because the fact is that they all got dragged to a fast food joint. Ragatha, however, got some exposed to some sauce that made her tripping. I'm like, what kind of fast food restaurant put in some sauce that make you trip like tripping balls for some reason? But oh my god. But the whole thing was Gangle. Gangle was going crazy. The fact that the pros and cons of being an employer at a business. You know it comes with its pros and cons. You know it comes back to bite you. But the fact is that it was not what I expected. There was at one point that I think was either Pomni or any of the characters looked at Jax and basically called out to her, only for her to turn around and give her that face. That face, the face that I'm talking about. That face haunted me for at least weeks. I'm like, no, get that out of my head, man, because that was just crazy. You can tell that Goosework and Glitch Productions know how to handle them expressions, but this just straight up scary, man. I'm like, nope, I'm signing off. But it got to her so bad that, dude, that it was the mask. It was the mask that Zumi gave her. Like, she thought she had it under control, but once again, not all things are sunshine and rainbows. To the point that she just decided that after the shift, she just wanted to throw herself in front of a truck. Like, Truck-kun came in at the right moment, like, yep, time to claim another body. But this time, it teleported her back to Kate. I'm like, well, how was the adventure? I'm like, oh my god, I'm never going through that again. That's just how I personally feel. Like, Gangle just nearly threw herself in front of a truck. I'm like, oh my god. It actually was a reference to a TV trope that I believe, like an anime/TV trope that involves this. But the fact is that everybody pretty much passed this little adventure. Not really adventure, it's more of a detour. Well, that's just crazy, because once again, I just got off episode 3, and then by the time that, I mentioned it, I decided to hop to episode 4. Like, I watched both episodes back to back, and decided that I waited out until the right moment to actually do this little, well, not really, just your average, giving my personal thoughts on it. And the fact is that Gangle just wants to like I said, man, you know how Jax is when he treats everybody, man. But the fact of the matter is, he's not pretty much his jerky self, like pretty much like a jerk this episode. So we're hoping that for episodes 5 and possibly 6, like, because we know episode 5 is gonna be the Ragatha one, and episode 6 definitely gonna be Jax, because Goosework stated himself that yep, Jax is the one that will most likely get stuck in the digital circus, and everybody else wants out. But that's all I have to say for the Amazing Digital Circus episodes 3 and 4. Anyway, what do you thought about those 2 episodes? Leave your comments down below. This is your boy SCGRANT, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Take care now.